Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out in The Independent, January 16th, 2019. Battening on biblical scale due to record-breaking Australia heat wave. They have been getting up to 120 degrees in Australia for weeks now. For weeks. And they're saying it is so hot in Australia. The bats are falling out of the trees and dying. They're falling straight on the ground and just dying. That's how intense the heat is. As parts of Australia swelter, trees in many towns and cities are rustling. Not just the sound of dry leaves, but also with bats fanning themselves with their wings to keep cool. Some areas have recorded above 48 degrees Celsius. That's about 119 degrees. And bat deaths have been reported on biblical scales. The record-breaking heat wave has seen temperatures remain at 39 Celsius, even at midnight. So they're like 117, 118 degrees even at midnight. Woo, man. For some, the relentless heat has been too much. Temperatures above 42 Celsius can kill flying fox, and thousands have dropped dead from the trees in Adelaide, South Australia. Back in November, amid another heat wave, more than 23,000 speculated flying foxes, but they're bats. They call them flying foxes, but they're talking about bats. Died in just 2 days in northern city of Cairns. Residents were forced to move out their homes due to the smell of rotting carcasses, the ABC reported. The figures represent a third of Australia's speculated flying foxes. This sort of event has not happened in Australia this far north since human settlement, said Dr. Justin Welbergen. It's clear from climate change projections that this is set to escalate in the future, he told the BBC, adding the deaths were the canary in the coal mine for climate change. The growing number of bats are roosting in urban areas, according to Australian government, a trend that has made the deaths suspicious. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is not going to be the only spot getting hot. You know, these heat waves are going to intensify. And I really believe that this recent shift up in the North Pole, we're going to see things is going to be so hot on this planet, it's not even funny. It is going to be hot. The ecologists have warned the impact of a heat wave could be taking a heavy toll on unseen populations of wild animals. And that's exactly what's happening. Wild animals are dying all across Australia from this unrelenting heat wave that they're having. Now, it didn't say anything about human casualty. I haven't seen anything on that. It's mostly the wildlife that they're talking about. So in New South Wales, officials have issued a bat danger alert for the state Hunter region where the heat is affecting the bat's behavior. Spate of bites and scratches to humans have been reported. Yeah, I guess they are going out of their minds. Several people have been bitten over the past 2 weeks, including 2 by bats infected with an incurable virus, similar to rabies. Wow. And they're biting people. Oh, man. Woo. It is bad, y'all. Bats can carry a large number of dangerous diseases. Yeah, because really, you know what? To me, they're just rats with wings. That's what they are to me. Australian bats. What's that? Lissa virus is related to rabies, though can have a longer incubation period in humans, and in known infection cases has always been fatal. Trained bat handlers wear protective clothing and are required to have vaccinations. Wow. So look like their bats are losing their minds and they're biting on the people and they're dying. And from what I was reading, y'all, there is no end in sight to their heat wave. Let me show you a map that came out. Let me see. Is this it? It might be it. Yeah. Australia. Let me see. I want to show you. Is this map on here? I looked at a different article. They had a map. Where can I? Let me see if I can find it. They had a map that showed you exactly where the temperatures were bad. Was it this one? It might be the same CNN article. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. These areas where it's deep red, that's where they're getting the hottest temperatures. And you can see 49 Celsius is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's really where it's been lingering for a long time in Australia. I mean, can you imagine that? It's no telling how hot it's going to get in the United States. But I tell you one thing, I really believe this shift is going to bring much hotter climate on this earth. Definitely. And I don't believe everybody is prepared for this. There is no way you can even have homeless people on the streets when temperatures are at this level. What are you going to do with them? You're going to have to do something. They can't be out there. They're going to die, especially in temperatures like this. So we shall see. This is something. I'm going to go ahead and play this video on this article.
As temperatures soar, we know that heat exhaustion and heat stroke are a frightening reality. But we also know the things that we should do. Avoid exercise during the heat of the day, drink lots of fluids. But there are some things you should not do, and they may surprise you. Avoid drinking ice cold water. The water temperature is much, much colder than your core body temperature. When you drink it, it could result in muscle cramps, which will cause you to drink less water. When it's super hot outside, box fans are useless. But when the temperature gets above 98 degrees or warmer than your body temperature, it's just spreading more hot air. The best bet is to find air conditioning. Avoid sugary sports drinks. Sports drinks are great when replenishing electrolytes after a workout, but when it comes to hot temperatures, the last thing you need. A lot of them contain a lot of sugar and even caffeine, which can make you feel more thirsty. Avoid high-protein food. We're not talking about cut them out altogether, but just cut back. In fact, food high in protein can take 50 to 100% more energy to digest. So on those hot summer days, you may be better off eating fruits and breads as opposed to chicken.
Okay.
And on the barbecue.
Wow. Well, we shall see what happens, y'all.
Let's go.
That is something. You know, anytime the animals are dying, you can best believe the humans are dying. They're just not putting it out there. There's no way you're going to have temperatures for that long, for weeks and weeks, 120, 118, and people are not dying from that. Of course they are. but I can understand. Can you imagine what those carcasses smell like baking on the ground of these bats? Oh man, I bet you that stench is bad. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.